How's it going? I'm JD Million, and I have a few things to say about the state of gaming in 2021. Honestly, I don't know where to start. Between constant disconnects to game breaking glitches, it's clear gaming isn't what it used to be. I remember coming home from school and putting in the disc for Skyrim. The worst I would have to expect is an enemy flying into the air, sometimes disappearing, items glitching in the wall, glitching through the ground, but this is acceptable and even expected. I could reload the save, and the game itself was doing something on a scale never done before. Of course, there will be minor glitches in a game of that scale. But recently, gaming has been plagued with unfinished games being released in uncanny ways, with a bunch of pay to win monetization features and subpar battle passes. I can't honestly remember a large AAA title in the last year that has been released as expected with no issues. Battlefield 2042, for example, is riddled with bugs that make it unplayable and unenjoyable. One of the most egregious parts of this whole debacle is they are releasing these games and intending them for esports, yet they have all of these problems. This is the quickest way to delegitimize esports, lose team sponsors, and set back the industry as a whole. At this point, I expect games to come out completely broken and unfinished. Halo, a series that I love above all others, needed an extra year to be released, and even then, they still released it under the guise of an open beta for the multiplayer. It is laced with glitches, bugs, and honestly, it's in a state that should have never been released at all, let alone early. They should have taken another year. But you know what does work? The Battle Pass, the in game store, the challenge swaps. They all work. 343 clearly has no problem charging $10 for the color blue for one Spartan armor core, then charging $10 for the exact same shade of blue for the other two available armor types when the core features of the game don't even work. And don't even get me started on the Master Chief Collection trap. All of the most sought after armor components from the Master Chief Collection Battle Pass are magically not in the Infinite Reach Battle Pass, but instead only available for purchase through the store. Why are these monetization features even in the game if it's supposedly a beta? Beta testing should be for server optimization and capability, not giving us a broken pile of garbage. So many times I've been in the middle of a match just to have it crash or be disconnected. There's not even a reconnect feature. And if it happens twice, they ban you from matchmaking for leaving the match, when it was their fault in the first place for having terrible servers and next to no optimization. But I'm going off on a tangent. My point here is why. Why did we get to this point? It all comes down to one reason. No one cares anymore, as long as they get paid. That's the attitude. As long as people look like they're doing something and get their paycheck, they couldn't care less. Devs like DICE, EA, 343, and as much as I hate to say it, even CD Projekt Red do a terrible job and hype games up to then expect the same payment and same praise as if they just released the next Skyrim or the next Borderlands or the next decade game, as they call it nowadays. Now, we all already know about EA, probably the most hated developer in the industry. Between the loot crates for Battlefront 2 and card packs for the yearly regurgitation of the same FIFA game for nearly a decade, they clearly do not care. But now it's spreading through the industry, with previously trusted developers releasing free-to-play games with free-to-play monetization tactics, or releasing unfinished games charging now $70 or more with cut-down features to then charge extra for those features in the future. CD Projekt Red released Cyberpunk in an absolutely abysmal state after already delaying it because they knew it was not ready. They absolutely knew it was like that. These games go through testing. There's no way to miss these things. Small bugs and issues are one thing, but modern titles are absolutely littered with issues. CD Projekt literally had to pull the game from stores and issue refunds to people because the game was released in such a broken state. The worst part is now we have devs acting like they don't know what they're doing, when basic features that we've had for decades aren't included, and the devs say it's not that easy to do, but the files are there in the game already. They've been doing it for years. What makes modern games any different? It's like if you go to a restaurant and you order some food, and they bring you your food, and it's not at all what you ordered, and it's completely messed up, and hell, it might even be completely undercooked. Are you gonna sit there and eat it, or say something? And then imagine you say something and the person at the table next to you says, well, at least you got anything, you should be grateful. Just eat it and shut up. That's the state gaming is in. And we're shoveling that shit into our mouths like the Gloop kid from Willy Wonka. If something is advertised a certain way and you purchase it expecting it to be as advertised, it needs to be as advertised or that would be considered fraud. That's the word I will use for these devs and companies producing games. They are fraudulent. Tell me why every monetization feature in every game released works perfectly, yet the games are usually in abysmal states and nearly unplayable. And I'll give the devs the benefit of the doubt. They might not want to release the games like this, but the people in charge of them don't care. They just want to collect our money while we gulp that dookie water they put out, like it's Shia LaBeouf and Zero in the movie Holes when they found the onions and pretended they were ice cream sundaes. They wanted us to play their onion games while we pretend they're ice cream sundaes. And as long as we support these games, because they're slightly more shiny than what we already have, they will continue to shove their fists up our asses, out our mouths, and into our wallets. And I don't see it stopping anytime soon. It really sucks too. I was looking so forward to some of these games, and they're great when they work, but that's a rarity at this point. To have a competitive mode that is littered with game breaking bugs and no reconnect feature is the biggest middle finger to us, the people, the ones that are enabling these companies and allowing them to continue to release halfway finished products. So, what is a way to change this, to stop corporations and companies from scamming us? I genuinely don't know. That's for you guys to discuss. I just want to bring light to the situation. It almost seems as if we're really headed towards a cyberpunk like future where we're expected to just take what is given to us and shut the hell up and enjoy our onions. I don't like onions. I just want to be able to get on and play my games without an ad popping up telling me to buy this overpriced skin that will be irrelevant in a year or two when the next title releases. I am deeply disappointed in the state of gaming in 2021. Well, that's about it for this rant. If you guys enjoyed the video, please remember to hit that like, give me a thumbs up, and hit that subscribe button for more content in the future. I appreciate you watching, and this is JD Million signing out. Dooskies.
M41 Spanker available. We've captured Bravo.
Your team scoring off the rack. Double kill.
Stronghold Charlie is ours.
Your team scoring.
Captured Alpha.
Double kill. Your team scoring. Victory.